Wells with P&H Group, and thanks for watching 5 good minutes on how to sell a service agreement. The first thing you got to remember when you're going into your pitch, the smoothest way to do it is definitely not to say, I'm going to offer you a service agreement now. The smoothest way to get into it is to say, folks, your coach from the factory comes with a warranty that lasts 1 year, right? I try to get them to actually say it to me, 1 year. What we're going to do today is offer you a chance to take all your mechanical and electrical coverages out to 6 years or 5 years or whatever you're selling, so you don't have to worry about unexpected failures till past 2017. Okay? The difference between the protective service agreement and a lot of them that you've seen in the past is that this is name component, or the old ones were name component coverage. And you can tell this to your customer. They used to say, we cover this, 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 and this. And then you know what would happen when something broke in the coach, they'd say, oh, guess what? That part wasn't listed. Okay? Today's service agreements are exclusionary. That means we cover everything in the coach that's mechanical and electrical except the specific exclusions. And those exclusions are things like your brake pads, wear items, light bulbs, also active gods. If a meteorite hits your coach, that's going to be covered under your property casualty, like your State Farm policy. Take a second at that point, though, and go through and explain some of the stuff that is covered. And I'll take out the brochure and go right through. Folks, your suspension, most of your brake system, including the drums, the calculators, master cylinders, seals, gaskets, the water heater, waste system, including the holding tanks, gate valves, shower, toilet, sink, the whole fresh water system, including the faucets, fitting connections, the traps, the air conditioner, and just keep going through and name off some of those components to keep building value, okay? Don't be afraid to take your time a little bit. The slide-out room, you've got to tell them. And not only is that slide-out seal, which sometimes those things have been known to come off or malfunction, that covered, but all the guts and motors and mechanisms that make that slide room come in and out, that's all going to be covered for you folks for the whole 6 years. High-tech audio video equipment, a lot of the guts inside your awning are covered, etc., etc. Take time to hit as many of those parts as you can, because they may in the past have had a misfunction or a malfunction with those, or have a friend that did. Okay? At that point, the other thing I'll make sure that they know is that the reason we like to see all of our customers here at the dealership have a service agreement is that it comes with a lot of additional benefits that enriches your ownership experience, okay? The first one is a towing and road service. And all of these benefits extend to the tow vehicle if you're selling a trailer, or the vehicle being towed if you're selling a motorhome. Okay, so the first one is roadside assistance. It's all sign and drive. Okay, in the old days with these service agreements, it was reimbursement. A customer would have to call their own tow truck, call their own, get their own service, pay for it out of their pocket, keep the receipt, and then have to, try to make good and fight with these guys. This is more like AAA, where it's sign and drive. The guy comes, does what you need him to do, sign, drive, pull away. I explain that to him, and then I go through here. There's 4 things, and I will always go in this order. It covers things, folks, like jump starts, fuel delivery, lockout service, and the last one's spare replacement. If you're out on the road tonight at 10 o'clock and you blow a tire and everything's closed, these things don't come with a jack. What are you going to do? With these guys, they'll come out, lift your trailer up, and throw your spare on for you. Plant that seed and then move right on. The next one is travel expense, service call reimbursement. That's to go out to their site. I'll only talk about that if the customer's on a permanent site. And if they are, talk about this, okay? Travel expense reimbursement, this one's key. Folks, most of the people we're selling these trailers to are young families now. You say, how much time do you really get to spend out camping in the summertime when the weather's nice with your family? That time is invaluable. This is going to take care of you in case something happens. Make sure you still have a great weekend. For instance, it's Friday night, you're out camping, your air conditioner goes down. If it's 90 degrees outside, you're not going to want to stay in this coach. What we're going to do is pay for lodging and food for a couple days while you get that fixed. Tell them, folks, go find one of those indoor water parks. Get a room there on us. Order a couple pizzas. Your kids will be going down the water slides having a blast. You guys can kick back and have a beer. You still end up having a great weekend. Not only do we fix your air conditioner, but we take care of that for you too. Okay? But the best part about the service agreement, the reason we like to see everyone have one that buys here, is it comes with a concierge service and tech hotline. 24-hour day concierge service. The number's right on this envelope. It's going to find them turn-by-turn directions, dump stations, campgrounds, fuel stations, whatever they need, even prescription delivery, help them order airline tickets, you name it. 24 hours a day, there's someone to call. More importantly, there's a tech hotline. These guys have teamed up with a company out of Texas that has RV technicians on call 24 hours a day. So, Mr. Customer, for instance, middle of the night, the furnace goes out. Your wife is hitting you, honey, it's getting cold in here. You can get up, call this number, and he's going to walk you through, hey, check the fuse box, check here, check the LP system. Oh, sure enough, there's something in the changeover. We fix it. 15 minutes later, you're back in bed, snoozing, your wife's happy, the furnace is back on. Or Sunday morning, you got to go back to work the next day, get the kids back home, right, so they can go to school, hit the button, oh, the slide room won't come in. Explain to your customer that all these coaches have a manual override on that slide room, but it's not easy for the normal guy just to get down there and figure out how to do it. All you have to do is call this number up. They will walk you through finding that manual override and get that slide room put in for you. Okay, so sell very hard on these services. There's a disappearing deductible. It's $25 off the deductible if you bring it back to the selling dealer. Remind your customers of that. Move on. Transferable, refundable. For some reason your customer has to get out of RVing, they can transfer this to the next owner. It's going to add value to the coach, right? It's going to show that they took care of it and make the people comfortable that are buying it, that they're going to be able to take care of it. It's also refundable. If you sell them a 6-year service agreement and they come back in 3 years, they're going to get half their money back. This is good anywhere in the U.S. and Canada, over 15,000 locations. Protective is the RVDA endorsed service agreement. So those are my bullet points. Those are the things we go through on the service agreement, and I hope this was helpful. We'll see you next time.